Hey folks, my name is Gromong and you're on my channel. This video is about the best Isekai animes that we could watch. Before of all, we have to understand what Isekai means to make sure we are all on the same page. Isekai is a genre of light novels, manga, anime, and video games that revolves around a normal person from Earth being transported to, reborn, or otherwise trapped in a parallel universe or fantasy world. That is, an anime where the main character gets summoned or reborn in another world coming from Earth. Now we are using the same definition of Isekai. I don't know why Isekai is a genre so famous in anime right now, but I always end watching at least one, except for some seasons, like winter, next year, that will come to some great shows. All without further ado, let's go to the video. I know, all the talk, and I still put it here. An anime that don't really is a Isekai, but I read that it began the Isekai fever once. So, in the near future, a virtual reality massive multiplayer online role-playing game, for more, called Sword Art Online has been released where players control their avatars with their bodies using a piece of technology called nerve gear. One day, players discover they cannot log out, as the game creator is holding them captive unless they reach the 100th floor of the game's tower and defeat the final boss. However, if they die in the game, they die in real life. Their struggle for survival starts now. If you want to watch the video about anime that will come in winter 2021, subscribe in our channel. New videos every Sunday and Wednesday. Naofumi Iwatani, an uncharismatic otaku who spends his days on games and manga, suddenly finds himself summoned to a parallel universe. He discovers he is one of 4 heroes equipped with legendary weapons and tasked with saving the world from its prophesied destruction. As the shield hero, the weakest of the heroes, all is not as it seems. Naofumi is soon alone, penniless, and betrayed. With no one to turn to, and nowhere to run, he is left with only his shield. Now, Naofumi must rise to become the legendary shield hero and save the world. The story takes place in the year 2138, when virtual reality gaming is booming. Yggdrasil, a popular online game, is quietly shut down one day. However, the protagonist Momonga decides to not log out. Momonga is then transformed into the image of a skeleton as the most powerful wizard. The world continues to change, with non-player characters, NPCs, beginning to feel emotion. Having no parents, friends, or place in society, this ordinary young man Momonga then strives to take over the new world the game has become.
全身全霊をもって遂行いたします。
表を上げよ。
The novel series centers on a young girl who fights on the front lines in war. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, and nearly transparent white skin, and she flies through the air and mercilessly strikes down her opponents. Her name is Tanya de Gyurchaf, and she speaks with a young girl's lisp and commands the army. Tanya used to be one of Japan's elite office workers, but because of a wrathful god, was reborn as a little girl. Tanya prioritizes optimization and career advancement above all, and she will become the most dangerous entity among the Imperial Army's sorcerers.
I don't need to tell you that it's over. And I know if I come any closer, I don't need to tell you that it's over. And I know if I come any closer.
The story begins when 30,000 Japanese gamers are trapped in the fantasy online game world Elder Tale. What was once a sword and sorcery world is now the real world. The main lead Shiro attempts to survive with his old friend Natsugo and the beautiful assassin Akatsuki.
This is gonna be too much for us to bear. This is gonna be too much for us to bear.
The story of No Game, No Life centers around Sora and Shiro, a brother and sister whose reputations as brilliant in ET, not in education, employment, or training. Hikikomori, shut-in, gamers have spawned urban legends all over the internet. These two gamers even consider the real world as just another crappy game. One day, they are summoned to another world where a young boy named Ted appears before them, claiming to be the god of this world. In this world populated by magical creatures, violence is forbidden. Humanity is on the brink of extinction and all matters are settled through games. Using their combined intellect, questionable morals, and considerable guile, it is up to these siblings to swindle their way to the top in a series of increasingly intriguing and deceptively deadly games. Lonely 37-year-old Satoru Mikami is stuck in a dead-end job, unhappy with his mundane life, but after dying at the hands of a robber, he awakens to a fresh start in a fantasy realm, as a slime monster. As he acclimates to his goopy new existence, his exploits with the other monsters set off a chain of events that will change his new world forever.
隠密って言ってたっけ、あのスキル。けしからんやつだ。後で友達になる人間を襲わない。2つ、仲間内で争わない。3つ、平和に暮らせる街を作りたいと思っている。何のかんの言って俺は頼まれごとに弱かった。
我らに守護をお与えください。さすれば我らはリムル様に忠誠を誓いまし。
Urano, a bookworm who had finally found a job as a librarian at a university, was sadly killed shortly after graduating from college. She was reborn as the daughter of a soldier in a world where the literacy rate is low and books were scarce. No matter how much she wanted to read, there were no books around. What is a bookworm to do without any books? Make them, of course. Her goal is to become a librarian. So that she may once again live surrounded by books, she must start by making them herself.
よかった、気がついて。旦那様から伺っております。できなかったことを知っている。
どう考えても普通ではない。一体君は何者なんだ。
Kazuma Sato decides that today is the day to get out of the house for a bit. Since he dies, pointlessly, it's clearly a bad choice. The goddess who greets him in the afterlife, however, offers him a chance to be reborn in a world not unlike that of a video game, and as a bonus she'll even throw in a cool item or power. Can't possibly be a bad choice, right? Except he arrives with no money at all, dead average skills, and his bonus isn't useful at all since he picked the goddess, Aqua, herself. How are the two of them supposed to defeat the evil Devil King and live happily ever after? Well, for them, it probably starts with day laboring rather than adventuring, and it's only going to get more disappointing from there. In the story, Subaru Natsuki is an ordinary high school student who is lost in an alternate world, where he is rescued by a beautiful, silver-haired girl. He stays near her to return the favor, but the destiny she is burdened with is more than Subaru can imagine. Enemies attack one by one, and both of them are killed. He then finds out he has the power to rewind death, back to the time he first came to this world, but only he remembers what has happened since. And it's all. Thanks for watching.